the happiest drummer ever? Come on, give me the happiest drummer ever. Yeah, some like that goes from live. It's like a criminal anime, you know? It's like a kind of Yankee Yakuza anime. So, a new Band-Maid video dropped, guys. What is Justice? Perfect timing, good home, guys, and I watched it, of course. And this is also based on an anime that I actually watched just a few days ago called TOUGEN ANKI, which is like a Yakuza anime, which I love. I love the kind of genre, right? I'm a big fan of Yakuza games. I really love Yakuza games, if anything. And, you know, I know, of course, Yankee culture, right? So, it's like an anime about them fighting with Yakuza with blood powers. And I'm also gonna do the ending reaction after this as well, right? First of all, then, we're gonna, of course, watch a new music video. Then we go into the anime as well, and, you know, compare them and so on, right? But I am a little confused because I did watch episode 1, and I just can't recall at all that there was any Band-Maid song in it at all. That's why I'm kind of like, huh, Band-Maid did this ending? And again, also, it's an ending, right? Usually, Band-Maid does openings. So, because I think with all the animes they're all openings, right? You know, and after this they do dan da 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 dan as well then. But yeah, so this is an anime ending then, not an anime opening. But I think Band-Maid probably has like an opening feel to it. Yeah. That's fine. We're gonna have the happiest drummer ever. Come on, give me the happiest drummer ever. Yeah, some like that goes from live. It's like a criminal anime, you know? It's like a kind of Yankee Yakuza anime. Okay, great lyrics, guys. As I mentioned earlier, right, this makes a lot of sense for the anime. So, like I said, it's about like, you know, kind of a, you know, a Yankee Yakuza anime, right? Where the main character is like a anti-hero or anti-villain, right? His father used to be this like badass Yakuza kind of guy. So of course the song is like, what is justice? You know, wakaranai, like I have no idea. Wakaranai is typical, you know, saying in Japanese where you're like, I don't know, or I don't know what's coming from, so on. So these lyrics, I think, quite fitting the anime. You know, it's those sort of gray zone animes, right, where the main character is like a good guy, but, you know, not really. You know what I mean? Don't you? read out the chorus. Yeah, let's go back a bit. Yeah, they have one of the best lyrics in Band-Maid. Yeah, really good lyrics. Really love this chorus. I've been saying to me, I keep saying it, but it's one of those choruses where immediately it's like, oh yeah, I like it, you know. Every time it comes back, I'm just like, what is that? Yeah, it feels like immediately, you know, you learn it. It was great. The only thing I will miss though here in this Band-Maid is where's my happiest drummer? Yeah, it's too little of the greatest, happiest drummer of all time, right? As a side note, guys, if you like my videos, subscribe, of course, smash like whatever, right? And also, I've been checking out LOVEBITES, right, for last week. But also, I said here, also, yeah, out HANABIE, right, which is this amazing, like, how to cure band, like, gyros and everything. I am so sold to it. But I think, yeah, some people recommended it in my last Band-Maid video, but I haven't really seen many people talking about it since then, though. But I love it, you know. It's like all girl band, they're playing like gyros and everything, like, right, it's interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. But anyway, yeah, really like the song, like the calligraphy too, right? The kind of drawing and so on. Absolutely. But let's also go in and check out the anime as well then. It basically is typical, you know, Yakuza anime, right? But they have magical powers though. So he's like an Oni blood, so they can have like, you know, they can fight, but they also have like magical blood powers, right? But overall, most cats look at this guy here, right? You know, the kind of, you know, Yakuza Oya-bin, kind of boss over the, you know, some crime lord, right? And like I said earlier then, the main cat is the son of like a previous drug or some kind of crime lord, right? And he, of course, is then, you know, like a good person, but still in like the Yakuza family, right? So he, you know, kind of raised him to try to be somewhat a decent person, right? And it reminds me, for example, of course, Yakuza, the games, and also then, of course, you've seen Yakuza, the Amazon Prime show, right? Where it starts actually with the same kind of storyline, where spoilers now then, but this is episode 1, of course, that TV show as well, is where Kiryo's father, right, also used to be like a badass Yakuza, then he quit, you know, raised his orphan kid as his own son and so on, right? Because same thing as anime here is that the main character, his father isn't his bio dad, you know, it's like his bio dad got killed or whatever. So it's a very classic Yakuza storyline. But yeah, let's go to the ending then. Oh, actually, it's Aura Cigarette. Actually, it's kind of confusing. There is no ending. This was what I was wondering earlier. Okay, so sorry, this is what I was confused earlier about, right? Because I was watching episode 1 and I was like, but I can't remember Band-Maid being in it, no. So the ending, episode 1, was the opening, which is Aura Cigarette, another kind of famous Japanese band. And yeah, there is no actual ending yet released in the anime. Sorry about that, I was wrong earlier, yeah, I was wrong earlier. There will be no anime review this episode. But this could be the opening reaction as well, then, Aura Cigarette here. Yeah, so you can see that that's a classic Kyoto scene. I could go back to that later, but that is a classic, like, all the anime had like the meeting, right? It's called the Torii Gates. So you can see it's very Japanese, right? They all have like, you know, some kind of yokai powers. Yeah, that evil Yakuza guy, the blood powers, and so forth, right? That's I almost played the song a little lower, but it's weird when you're showing the anime as well, because then you kind of... No, actually, I'll be surprised with the copyright be now, if it's Band-Maid or Aura Cigarette. So I don't want to mess up the copyright, sorry about that, guys, but yeah. They're showing the visuals here. So like I said, right, yeah, it's like a Yakuza, magical Yakuza, right? But there's one scene I want to go back to, but it's a very classic Japanese moment. Like, you know this is Japan now. What fun. So this in here, right? This is when you know you're in Japan. This is a classic place, of course, in Kyoto, right? This is when you go up there, it's like on a mountain, you see the city. Like, I mean, this specific temple, right, you have seen in like 500 animes, yeah, and also music videos. This is the most like common cultural place in Kyoto. My boss just did his son, actually, like a month ago. the image there, yeah, like it's a classic thing. Like, you take your kid there. It's super common. Go to this like Kyoto temple thing, and it's also the same temple in the front of the temple. Is where you have these two statues of the Rajin and Fujin, the lighting and like the Oni guards kind of guys, there with the Kaneboros. This in this temple here. Usually you see it in a lot of gaming anime and so too, right? And a lot of course Japanese movies are based on those two statues that are in front of this temple, right? So yeah, this is like super common. This is like the most like biggest tourist spot in Japan, basically. This temple here, yeah, like this. Everyone always goes up here, right? And usually it's like kind of confession scene or something, and a lot of rom-com animes at this place here. But anyway, guys, yeah, sorry, there was no actual ending, whatever. But yeah, I was like, I said it earlier too in the intro. I was like, but I'm pretty sure I watched the first episode. And it was no Band-Maid, and it all makes sense afterward. I was like, oh, but I'm pretty sure they watched, but there was no Band-Maid in this episode, yeah. But I guess you guys have a great day.